I didn't think I was gonna make it back tonight, child. But anyways, good to be here. This is Life with Tashana over here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're allowed to talk in the chat, ask any questions that you would like about any prior videos or whichever it is that you wish to, I don't mind answering questions over here. Um, but tonight our topic is, where are we headed? Where we headed? Where we going? um, so with this, I had several topics that I came up with where are we going. Doesn't necessarily mean that we in a car. Doesn't necessarily mean we on a bus or a train in a house with a fox. I do not like green eggs on here. No, I'm just joking with y'all. But where we're headed is, what is it that you seeking for um in life? And wherever it is that you're seeking for, are you headed in the right direction? Or are you headed in the wrong direction? It's according to what it is you looking for. Um, are you trying to move into your own place? Um, if you're trying to move into your own place, have you asked yourself the question, do you want a house or do you want an apartment? Because the first thing you have to do is you have to have a dream, and you have to know that it's something that you want before you can even start to move ahead of that and to move in that direction. So which one is it? Are you renting it or are you trying to own it? Another thing that you need to know. A lot of people say at this time, I ain't trying to buy nothing because the market ain't for the buyers right now. You don't be saying that when you paying that rent every month and it's going to free space that ain't gonna never hit your pockets ever again. You just paying rent and paying rent and paying rent. If your rent $1,500 a month, multiply that by 12, and you lost that for the year, you ain't gonna never get it back, and it ain't going towards nothing that's ever gonna be yours. So why we worried about whether the market is for us or not? And most of the time when you get a mortgage payment, your mortgage is not like your rent would be. Um, so that's just a thought on the have you looked up the information on what it is that you're able to do? I mean, these are just questions that you should be asking yourself, is that if that's the area that you're heading to. Did you go and look to see that you can have the funds to get what it is that you want? Because first of all, before you go to any of those places, you have to have money on deck before you can get to those places. And all the time, it is not a huge amount of money um, that you need. And I can say that because there is times that I've put prayer before anything that me and my husband went and done. And we had a situation where we bought the property that we're on, and out of pocket, we only ended up paying $1,000 out of pocket. Out of pocket. So there's endless opportunities. Um, but you have to know what it is that you're looking for and where you headed to before you get on the road to getting to that place. Um, and can the funds that you have get you what you want? Sometimes you can't always get what you want when you first trying it out. Sometimes you have to crawl before you walk. Sometimes you ain't gonna get the exact place that you want. You have to start at this place, and maybe your next elevation will be closer to where you are. Why can I say that? Because it's the same thing that happened with us. We went I started out in a townhouse. I went from a townhouse to a house, and then that house, a situation went on with that house. We owned a piece of property, and from that piece of property, that we sold, we bought this house out here. So there is a lot of different ways that things can be done, and it doesn't always require a whole bunch of money. It has a lot to do with putting your faith and your works together, because one without the other, your situation gonna be dead. So, um, where you headed to? Where you want to be? What is it that you want to do? Um, are you willing to make sacrifices to get what you want? Are you willing to skip that club that's on the weekend to save some of that extra money? Are you willing to skip going out to eat, going to them restaurants and stuff like that? Um, Putting aside that extra money, because you know that change add up. And we ain't gonna even talk about change today, because you can't even go to McDonald's or nothing and get you a meal that's $12 under $12, really, unless you're going for a Happy Meal or something. But I mean, everything is so expensive now, but some of those things take sacrifices, and are you willing to make those sacrifices in order to be able to have those things? It's all up to you what it is that you want to do. um are you trying to get married? If you trying to get married, what kind of people are you hanging around? Because sometimes when you hang around single-minded people, people that want to stay single, people that don't have a dream of being married, people don't think they'll ever be married, sometimes those people don't support the same dream that you are looking to live. um Put yourself, if that's what it is that you want to do, put yourself around people that are married. Ask married people questions so you can find out things that happen in marriages, because a marriage is a work. It is not the easiest thing in the world. Some people walk into them thinking that it's a walk in the park, and just because you got a boo every day of the week and all of this stuff, that there are no challenges. The devil is alive. There are challenges that come with every single marriage. It's just like people, you and your friend can get into an argument or something, and one day, and y'all can be back friends the next couple of days. You and your sister can get into it. Y'all be okay with each other the next couple of days. So is a marriage the same way. Just because you together don't mean y'all can stomach each other every single day. You have ups and downs in the same way. So um when you're looking to be married, you kind of have to live your life in a way so that you are somebody who somebody want to wife up or husband up, whatever. But you know, where you heading to, what it is, what is it that you want? Do you want to stay single, or do you want to live the street life? Street life is That's what some people want to do. Some people don't ever want to be married. They don't ever but most girls that I've talked to before, they live this life like they want to live the street life. But I also look at some of those young ladies and understand that um some of those young ladies come from the same place that I come from. And it's not necessarily that you want to live the street life, but you live in the life of what it is that you know. you've been violated in so many ways, so you feel like this is the only life for you, that you don't deserve better. So until your mind process gets to a different place, if you don't feel like you deserve it, you won't ever look for it and feel like you do deserve it. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to stay in that place. That's not a permanent position for you. It was something that happened in your life. It's in your past. You don't have to continue keep on living that. So if that is something that you want, and I say that because I see even women that's living the street life and they want to have different men and stuff. There's a certain situations that go on and they still be mad if that man leaves, and or he don't show up when you want him to, or something like that, which then tells me that you want him to be around um certain times or whatever. But does that just mean that you don't want him by yourself or whatever, or you don't want to be tied down the whole time? I really don't know what it mean. I just ain't, to me, I've never been around any women or girls or whatever that you can hear them saying one thing, but you know they got another expectation, and the expectation is really that they want the other half to consistently be there. But a lot of us will get that attitude and be like, child, I ain't want him no ways, and this, that, and other. You be talking out of two sides of your mouth, but you knowing that this is what you want, but it's like almost like you ain't humble enough, I guess. I don't even know if humble is the right word, but you're not confident enough to stand up in it and say, um, what I really want him to do is I want him to be with me every day. I want him to be my boyfriend. Um, where you headed to? What is it that you really want? Um, what do you want in a husband or wife? Um, and you kind of have to know, you have to kind of ask those questions before you jump into the marriage. You can't a conversation that I was having today was about, if you're when you get into a relationship and you have an expectancy that and if you have kids already before you get into that relationship, are you into a relationship with somebody who wants to be in a relationship with somebody who got kids? Do they have kids? What are your expectations going to be of him? Are you going to want him to go to your kids functions at school and things like that? What if you dating somebody who don't want to do those things, but you're sitting there entertaining those things, and then later on in life you want all of that stuff to like jump out of the closet, and you be okay with that, with those situations, um and you really not okay with those situations because you really want that person to be there. Those are all conversations and stuff like that that you should be having during the time that you date. And I'm saying also too, you can have those conversations in certain situations and still the other party will tell you everything that you want to hear. But that's why you got to not only listen with your ears, but you got to see with your eyes the evidence of what this person is actually gonna do. So you have to know what it is that you want. And if you don't see, hey Miss Coffee, how you doing today? um and if you don't see any of the things that you want, are you willing to give up what is not for you to get what is for you? Or are you just willing to stay there and settle for what it is cuz you teach people how to treat you? So um all things to take into consideration. Where you want to be in the next 5 years? That's a question that you have to ask yourself. Um, are you living to get to these places, or is the way you're living going the opposite direction of where you're trying to get to? Um, in the next 5 years, I see myself doing a whole bunch of different things. Okay, I hear, look, I hear that, Miss Miss Coffee. In the next 5 years, Miss Coffee actually named one of the things that me and my husband have been talking about for a while now. Um, Wanting to get us an RV, and we wanted to do some traveling. Um, and I can see that dream coming to fruition. I don't know if that's what God wants for me, but that's what I want. I want to do that. I want to travel. I want to be able to look out the window and ride down the road and see what it is that I want to do. I also have dreams that I want to I by next year I want to be finished paying for my house. All things, it well, not in the next year, but within the next 5 years. If in the next year, it could possibly happen if the right kind of money hit my hands. It can be done by that time. So I ain't gonna throw that out the window, being that it slipped out of my mouth, and that's okay with me too. God, come on now, finish paying this house off before this year over with. So I have things that I want to get done within 5 years. But am I applying myself? Am I doing the things that I need to do to be able to get to that place? Or am I just sitting there expecting it to fall out the sky and it just happened to me? You know, and like I said before, there has to be some faith and some work to go along with whatever it is that you want in life. And when you apply both of those things, you bound to run into what it is that you're looking for. But where are you headed? You have to know where your GPS is guiding you. You are your GPS. Are you going to let your GPS run you off the side of the road, take you out? Or are you going to let your GPS take you to your dreams? You have to decide. So where we headed? I'm headed towards my RV, Miss Coffee. Where you headed? Just sending some love. I have to hit the bed in a busy week. Take care and smile on. Yes, ma'am. I am going to continue to smile on, Miss Coffee. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I didn't plan on being on here long anyways tonight. I just wanted to come in and ask the question. Where are you headed? And is your life headed in the direction where you want it to? And if it's not headed in that way, it ain't too late to hit the brakes and go a different way. As long as you have breath in your body, it's never too late for you to be able to do something different. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something else different to work out for you. Life does not work that way. And if you've already tried the thing that you are already currently trying already, your work is going to be in vain. So just keep asking yourself, where are you headed? And is it progressive towards getting to where it is that you actually want to be? And if it's not, change your direction. You in control of the GPS. And with that being said, that was what I had to talk about tonight. Those of you who know, we are gardeners over here. We are high class gardeners over here, which means we grow food and we don't mess with bugs, worms, snakes, none of that stuff. And we don't spray that funny stuff on our food. But we grow food, whether it's in a window whether it's in a pot, whether it's in a big old garden. We grow food over here. You're going to need it because hard times are coming. And you don't want to be caught in a situation where you and your family don't have what you need. So whatever it is, the simplest thing, get you some seeds and slang them on the ground if that's what you know how to do, and see what it do. It don't take a whole lot for you to get something to grow. Um, just try it, my friend. Try it and you'll see. You might like green eggs and ham. You'll see. You'll see. I don't know what's wrong with me and green eggs and ham tonight, but I need to stop it. But anyways, grow you some food. Be careful of where you got your GPS headed to. Know where you're headed. Just know where you're heading to. So I want to say you all to have a good night, and I will probably see you all in the morning. I seen y'all this morning. I was on here gardening early this morning. Came on here and visit with y'all, but I just had this thought in my mind about where we headed at. So within 5 years, I expect to be driving me a RV, just like Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, I'm gonna touch and agree with you, and you're gonna have your RV moving on down the road. Having you a good time. So, and we'll be making videos showing everybody else where we at and what part of the world we in on today. So check your GPS and make sure you headed in the right direction. May you all be blessed in wherever you have your GPS headed to. And if it's heading in the wrong direction, change it. You still good. You still breathing. You got time enough to change it. Grab that GPS and type another direction in there and keep it moving. Other than that, y'all have a blessed night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining Life with Tashana over here. You all have a great night.